This episode of That BS podcast is proudly sponsored by the Belief System Boss Institute, your definitive destination for re engineering belief systems for success. Whether through our courses, coaching sessions, or conferences, we empower you to take charge of your beliefs and achieve your goals. Be certain to visit us at thebsboss.com. Good morning, and welcome to today's episode, That BS Podcast. I am super excited that you have joined me. This is the safe space where we are re engineering our belief systems to transform life's obstacles into opportunities successfully. And I am so glad you are here today. Oh, before I forget, please remember to like, share, and subscribe on my YouTube channel at the BS Boss. Thank you so much for those of you who have done it already. I appreciate you. Don't forget to click that bell. So anytime I go live or update any new material, you get notified. I appreciate that. And it all counts. So thank you. Today, we are talking about radical acceptance and what it can do for you. Radical acceptance. And of course, I've got another list, right? Seven strategies. Those that don't practice radical acceptance often lament that things aren't the way they'd like them to be. They often complain about the situation not being fair. They judge the situations and people. Does this sound like you? I know it can sound like me sometimes. So it was definitely an ouch moment. Radical acceptance means accepting people and situations as they are. It's about accepting reality. There is a mantra that I have adopted, and I forgot now. I don't even know who to give credit to because I've been using it for so long. But there is a mantra that I recite to myself when I'm in a situation where I am not accepting, when I find myself not accepting people and or situations as they are because they're uncomfortable, they're disappointing, whatever the case is, it's evoking some negative feelings or response from me. I've adopted this mantra and I pause and say, everything is as it should be. Everything is as it should be. And that helps me disengage from the people and or situations that are occurring that are causing me some angst, discomfort, whatever, negative feelings, and just trust the fact that everything is as it should be. And then I think of the scripture that now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Oftentimes, when I say that, I used to rush over it, now faith. Now faith means now faith. Now, in this moment, faith is the evidence of things, not seeing the evidence of things hoped for. Everything is as it should be because now, in this very moment, I'm activating my faith that everything is how it should be. Many of us confuse acceptance with approval, but it isn't accurate. They are not interchangeable, they are not one and the same. Accepting the reality of a situation means that we're moving beyond judging it and looking for possible solutions. We're looking for our answers. We're looking for our yes. We're looking for lessons learned and the reason why. Solutions. Instead of crying and whining about the weather, we're looking for an umbrella. Instead of wallowing over a lost job, we're making a plan to tighten up our finances and find a new job. Instead of complaining that we don't have many friends, we get busy building our social circle. We register for Eventbrite, we go on to Meetup and join groups that are doing things that we want to do and enjoy doing. We go onto Facebook. Facebook has thousands of Facebook groups, and I'm certain there's something on there that is doing an activity or a creative project or something that you would enjoy doing. That's building our social circle. We can use these 7 strategies to allow radical acceptance to bring us emotional peace and positive change. Strategy number 1 of 7: recognize what you can and cannot control. I know it's always on the list because it's something that we need to practice regularly. Recognize what we can and cannot control. This is a great first step for understanding radical acceptance. Accept what we can control and take action on it to create our desired results with those things we can control. Number 2, understand the pain that a lack of acceptance creates. Ooh, understand the pain that a lack of acceptance creates. Refusing to accept our current situation, past, or limitations is a recipe for misery. It's a recipe for us to be in the situation longer than we want to be, not find the lesson in it that we need to learn, and therefore extending the period of pain that we are experiencing, discomfort, for longer than it needs to go on. Acceptance allows us to progress and grow more swiftly. Number 3, the third strategy is acknowledge the reality of the situation. I often talk about being honest with ourselves. We're not going to lie to ourselves about it. Acknowledge the reality of the situation. What is our current situation financially, socially, educationally, and professionally? What is our current health status? Let's not be ignorant. If something is hurt, get it checked out. If something's bothering us, something we need to address it, let's address it. What is the reality of our life? When we're able to identify and accept our current situation and all its messiness and uncomfortableness, we're in a position to make wise decisions. And thinking about that, I think about when I used to serve in populations that were in substance abuse and at Alcohol Anonymous meetings or Narcotics Anonymous meetings. The one thing that would often have to be said is that I am so and so, and I am this person, or I'm a recovering or healing uh, um, narcotics user or alcohol user. We have to identify it so that it can be healed, right? So that it can be fixed. Because if we don't fix it, we'll stay in that situation. But we have to acknowledge the reality of the situation. Number 4, be present. You're not practicing radical acceptance. We're not practicing radical acceptance when we're daydreaming, thinking of the past, or dreaming about the future. The only reality is happening right now. That gets back to that now faith. This is the experience that we're having. We have to be present in that experience. Number 5, accept our situation without judgment. Whoa. Sometimes we are our worst critic. We are our judge and jury. Accept our situation without judgment. To truly accept it, we can't judge it. Judging means we're already deciding whether it's good or bad, positive or negative. Judging means we can be upset or pleased by it. Radical acceptance just accepts what is without judgment. Everything is as it should be. That doesn't mean we have to live with our situation. We are free to evaluate it in a non judgmental, non judge and jury way and take action as we see fit. It's a very real but subtle difference. When we are not judge and jury and we're seeking solutions, we're readily available and postured and positioned to find the solutions that we seek. Let's take a quick commercial break. Navigating life's crossroads, how to find your path at any age. Maximize your fork in the road with the Belief System Boss Institute's most recent course offering. Visit forkintheroad.com. That's a fork with the number four, the letter K, in the road.com. But this is only if you're ready to maximize your fork in the road. Are you ready to identify your core values and strengths? Reconnect with patterns that you may have set aside. Overcome fears that may be holding you back. How about creating a roadmap for living a divinely purposed and full life? Build renewed resilience and persistence in face challenges. Navigating life's crossroads, how to find your path at any age. April 21st through April 25th. Register now. The number 6 strategy is accept yourself. We have to accept ourselves. We all have strengths and weaknesses. We have to accept everything about ourselves, the good, the bad, the ugly, the indifference, right? Because before we were honest with ourselves. So now we have to accept all of our selfness. I know that's not a word, but all of us, all of our essence, all of the good stuff. We'll discover a peace we've never experienced before when we accept ourselves as we are. And seven, and the final strategy is looking for solutions. Look for solutions. Radical acceptance means spending time on solutions rather than ruminating on the challenges in our life. If we accept what's happening in our life, there's not a lot of reason to sit around and dwell on it. Ideally, we'll be looking for ways to make enhancements. Radical acceptance is both easy and challenging at the same time. And in two things, in that instance, two things can be true at the very same time. It can be the easiest thing in the world once we put it into practice and make it a habit. We just stop judging, accept reality, and take whatever action is appropriate. It can be challenging because there are advantages to focusing on our suffering. Some of us are addicted to the drama that we've created in our head. And if we are, that's what therapists are for. That's what coaches are for. That's what individuals who are trained to help people get unstuck, they're there for. And we can get help. That's a cry for help, right? When we're addicted to drama. It's easier to justify not taking action when we immobilize ourselves emotionally. And let's face it, judging is a habit that can be challenging to overcome because it's like a default, right? We also like making excuses for ourselves because when we make excuses, we do what? Let ourselves off the hook. We no longer have to find solutions. We can just wallow in the situation as is when when we make excuses for ourselves. Try radical acceptance and see what type of impact it has on your life. Trust and believe. I know for myself, you will love the results. Because remember, everything is as it should be. Now, faith. Let's go to our Proverbs and Pearls. Proverbs 4:11 through 13. I am teaching you about wisdom and guiding you on the right path. As you walk on the right path, you will not step into a trap. Even if you run, you will not trip and fall. Always remember this teaching. Don't forget it. It is the key to life, so guard it well. When we embrace wisdom and we're walking on the right path, we're less likely to be judge and jury over ourselves and our situations. We're better postured to find solutions and see solutions in some unlikely places. Radical acceptance. I hope you enjoyed today's podcast. Have a fantastic day, and I look forward to seeing you next episode.